Hello everybody, I am Sarah Banks from Banks' Business Solutions, and today I want to talk about Facebook ads. Now I will hold my hands up and say I'm not an expert on ads, but I've been talking to lots of clients and people in networking groups recently about the issues that they're facing. So I've done a little bit of research so I can give you some top tips as to how to deal with some of the issues that you might face as a Facebook ads user. So the first one that comes up a lot is Facebook ads shut down. That's when your ads account is shut down, you can't use it at all. Now, there's lots of reasons why this can happen. Sometimes it's relating to payment, violating guidelines, community standard violations as well. Now, when that happens, you should get a message in your dashboard about the issue that you can review and resubmit the ad. Now, the problem that a lot of people find with this is that a lot of the ads are screened by robots and they have very, very strict criteria. But actually, if you request a review, a human will look over it, and that can often get things working again for you. The next common issue that I hear about is being unable to log in. Now, I'd always suggest to you that you try logging in via a different device. Sometimes the app will stop working on one of your devices, but if you go through the browser, it will work. It's hard to know, sometimes an update. I've had this with other Facebook apps on my phone. When it's done an update, I then can't get into the app and I have to uninstall it and reinstall it. But unfortunately, with not being able to log in, if those kinds of things of uninstalling, reinstalling, trying the browser don't work, the only option is really to talk to Facebook support. A third common issue that I come across is payments being disabled. Now, I've had messages about this and I don't run any Facebook ads accounts, but it's purely because I'm connected to some clients' accounts. Now, this is quite common if you have multiple pages that you manage and you have one payment source, because if Facebook suspends payments on one account or there's an issue with the card on one account, then it will affect other accounts and all of your accounts potentially could be suspended. So one of the recommendations around this is to have a unique payment source per account. I know that's a bit of a pain if you've got a lot of accounts that you manage, but having a card that you pay off every time could be a way around that, or asking a client to use their own payment source rather than you using it and billing it back to them. Fourth most common issue that people come to me with or I hear about is pixels not working. Now, there's lots of things that can cause this to happen. Most commonly it's due to ad blockers or cookie settings, so make sure that you've got those turned off on your computer and your browsers. It's also worth checking the pixel has been installed correctly on your website. And for those of you that use WordPress, it may be a case of doing a bit of an audit of your plugins, because sometimes a plugin conflict can cause the problem. And unfortunately, the only real way to identify that is to be turning plugins off, testing it until you find the one that causes the problem. So a bit of a long-winded approach, but can often solve that issue for you. And the final issue, the fifth one that I find people talking about, is ads not being approved. This is different to the kind of shutdown where things have been violated. This is where all your ads are running, but one specific ad isn't approved. Now, most common reasons for this are picture quality. So if your picture isn't quite the right size or the right pixels, that can cause an issue. Or because of rules in other countries, because different countries have different rules. And if your ad is going out to the whole of Facebook with no location restrictions, it could be that it's violating a rule in another country. And the best way to get an answer on that is to contact Facebook directly or to look at the messages that they've sent you. I know that Facebook are really slow to respond and it can be really, really frustrating. But from talking to people that have had issues, the best thing is to keep trying, keep going back to Facebook, and eventually they will come back to you. I hope that this is helpful. If you're having struggles with Facebook ads, let me know. I have some Facebook ads experts that I can refer you to that may be able to help you. And I hope that this has been useful as a quick overview of some of the most common issues and how you can resolve them. Thank you for watching.